Hello, 6th grade. This video is about adding and subtracting mixed numbers. So when we have mixed numbers in the beginning of a problem, our first step is to convert those to improper fractions. Okay, improper fractions you're going to find are a lot easier to deal with than mixed numbers. Once you have your mixed numbers then converted to improper fractions, we're going to add or subtract like normal, and that means getting common denominators if necessary. And then once we've done that, we'll simplify, that means reduce if necessary, and then we always write our final answer back as a mixed number if possible. Okay, so we're just going to do a few examples of these, starting with number 1. We have the mixed numbers 2 1/5 plus 3 1/5. So I can convert each of these to improper fractions, remember, by taking the denominator times the whole number and then adding the numerator. So 2 1/5 as an improper fraction would be 11/5, 5 times 2 plus 1, and then 3 1/5 would be 16/5, 5 times 3 plus 1. So now we can add these just like we did in the last video. I already have a common denominator. My common denominator is 5, so I just add together my numerators, 11 plus 16, and that gives me 27. So we have 27/5 here. 27/5 will not reduce, but we can convert this to a mixed number. 5 will go into 27 5 whole times, and we get a remainder of 2. So this becomes the mixed number 5 2/5. Number 2, we have 4 3/8 minus 1 1/4. So again, I'll change my mixed numbers to improper fractions. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 3 is 35. So we have 35/8 minus 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5, 5/4. I don't have common denominators here, so I need to get an LCM for 8 and 4. The LCM of 8 and 4 is 8, so I can leave my 8 here alone and then multiply this 4 by 2. So that means I'm going to make the second fraction a minus 10 over 8. So we have 35/8 minus 10/8, and that gives us 35 minus 10, which becomes 25. So I get the improper fraction 25/8. I want to make this a mixed number, so I'm going to take 8 into 25. 8 will go into 25 3 whole times, and I get a remainder of 1. So this becomes 3 1/8. Number 3, 4 1/2 plus 1 1/3. So as improper fractions, 4 1/2 becomes 9 over 2, and 1 1/3 becomes 4 over 3. I need a common denominator for 2 and 3. The LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. So I can convert 9 halves to 27 over 6. And then I can convert 4 thirds to 8 over 6. So I'll keep my denominator. I'll add my numerators, 27 plus 8. And this gives me 35 over 6. To make this a mixed number, I need to take 6 into 35. 6 will go into 35 5 whole times, and the remainder here then is 5. So this becomes 5 5/6. Number 4, 2 2/5 minus 1 1/3. So 2 2/5 becomes 12/5. 1 1/3 becomes 4 thirds. We need a common denominator of 5 and 3. That denominator would be 15. So I can make 12/5 36 over 15. I can make 4 thirds 20 over 15. And this is subtraction, so my denominator will be 15, and my numerator will be 36 minus 20. 36 minus 20 is 16, so I get 16/15. And then making that a mixed number, 15 will go into 16 1 whole time, and then the remainder is 1. So that becomes 1 and 1/15. Okay, finally number 5. 5 7/8 minus 3 1/4. 5 7/8 as an improper fraction is 47/8. 3 1/4 becomes 13/4. I need a common denominator of 8 and 4, and we know already from a previous example that's 8. So I'll change 13/4 to 26/8. So we have 47/8 minus 26/8. 47 minus 26 is 21. So 21/8. And now we'll divide 8 into 21. 8 will go into 21 2 whole times, and my remainder is 5. So this becomes 2 5/8. Okay, if you had any questions over this video, make sure you have those written down. And until we see you again, 6th grade, have a nice day. You're all wonderful people. Take care.